I want to talk about the relationship between doing something meaningful, important, that matters in the world with your work, with your life, uh, having significance, and the pleasure principle. This is the thing. When I was really young, I was just realizing that I love making art. So I was probably a teenager. And I remember the moment I was in my backyard, that all I really wanted to do was make something beautiful, that was what was important to me. And it was a revelation. And I told my stepfather this. And he said, well, that's not very important. Or he said, that you're not doing much if that's all you're doing. You can do better than that. Totally dismissing it, right? And that was hard enough, but it was years later that I realized that, in fact, if I stay with making things that are truly beautiful to me, in other words, that are compelling to me, in my heart, I'm not making pablum. It's not vapid. It's significant because I'm using that compass, that internal compass that tells me what's real, what's true for me, right? And what happens when I do that in my creative work, and I think this would work for anybody, is that I get to the deeper stuff. I get to the more significant stuff because I'm going past, I'm just bypassing all of the cognitive crap that gets in the way, like it has to be good and it has to have a purpose. All of those things are sort of judgments that can get really heavy. They can get in the way of you doing your true work. The critical voice that makes it so that you have to do something of significance, of import, that has sort of these standards that you have to prove yourself. Yeah, if you're trying to prove yourself to these standards, then you're not doing the true work. If, on the other hand, you let yourself play and find the pleasure in the work, then you're going to dive into the stuff that's of real import. You're going to find it. It's about trusting your own instinct, trusting your own voice, trusting what's true for you. If you can find it in yourself to follow the pleasure, to follow what's beautiful, what's compelling, what's interesting to you, what draws your attention, then you're going to be making the work that is most significant, that is what you have to offer in the world. And that's all you can do. That's the best you can do, right? If you're trying really hard to push into somebody else's idea of what's important or what's good or what's significant, then you lose your way. It's somebody else's. It's not yours. So trust yourself and let yourself play and let yourself have pleasure and trust that that is what's going to take you to the best work that you can do, the most important work that you can do, and what you have to offer in the world. All right, Val Gilman, Taproot Arts and Insight. If this feels true for you, please do something like share it or like it or comment, so the algorithms know that they want to pass it on to other people, because I think it's an important message.